It's important to remember that the names of objects and controls in a Visual Basic program have nothing to do with the text displayed on their surfaces, though it may seem so at first.
For example, when we placed the first button on our form, the text displayed on its face was Command 1, and its name within the program was Command 1 as well. Visual Basic does this for ease of use reasons, to help us better relate commands with their program names. This is fine at first, but it's good programming practice to give all our objects and controls unique names, separate from the caption or text displayed on them. The caption property determines the text displayed on a control's surface. The caption property for this button is Command 1, and Command 1 is displayed on the button face. We select the current contents of this field, type Go, and see the button now reads Go. Earlier in the course, we learned about accelerator keystrokes and how using them can be quicker than using the mouse to access frequently needed commands. We can add our own accelerator keystrokes to the controls in our program, just like the ones we use to access Visual Basic's menus. This is done by adding an ampersand in front of the letter we want to underline. We place our cursor in front of the capital G in the Go button's caption and type the ampersand symbol. We now see the G in Go on our button is underlined. When we run our program, pressing Alt plus G will mirror the effect of the button being pressed with the mouse. Let's click our second command button click the name property field and type CMD_exit. Next, we'll click the caption field and type E followed by ampersand symbol, then the rest of the name, which is XIT for exit. This changes the name of our second button to exit with X as the underlined accelerator key. Let's scroll through the list of properties until we reach Enabled. The enabled property controls whether buttons can be clicked by users of our program or grayed out at runtime. All controls are enabled when added to our form, so if we need one to be disabled when the program starts, we must change its enabled property. Let's click the down arrow in this field, change its value from true to false, then press the F5 key on the keyboard to run our program. We see that our exit button is grayed out and we are unable to select it. We'll press the Stop button on the toolbar, which is marked with a solid square, to stop our program and return to design mode. The quickest way to access properties on a control is by using the F4 key. Once any control on a form is selected, pressing F4 will bring up the Properties box for that control, even if the Properties box was previously turned off. Though it's not a standard practice, the text that appears on buttons can be changed to a different size, style, or font. We select the Go command button and click its Font Properties field and see the Ellipses button appear. Whenever this button appears, we know clicking it will take us to another dialog box with specific options for that property. Let's click the Ellipses button now, and the Font dialog box is displayed. In the Font Style List box, we'll click on Bold, then click on 14 in the Font Size List box to make our text a little larger. We'll click OK to return to the work area and see the text on our first button is bigger and bolder than the text on the second.